Tammy. Everybody's been telling me to review the Tamron 28-75. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do a review and we're gonna cover todo el pedo. I've been using Tammy for about a year now and I've used it for client work and for personal work. This lens, without a doubt, is probably my favorite lens at the moment. The main attraction for this lens is its cost. This lens comes in at about $880 US, and you get to save a lot of money compared to the 24-70 G Master lens. Of course, with the price, it comes at a cost with the build quality. It is a bit of a cheaper build. It does feel a little bit plasticky, but it's not a kit lens quality. It's not like I drop my lenses, so for me, it really isn't an issue for the build quality. I would rather save money, and by saving money, I'm gonna be able to purchase the 17-28 Tamron, the sister of the Tammy, which is gonna be coming out pretty soon. Even though the build quality isn't up to standard like the G Master, it does come at an advantage because the weight is only 1.2 pounds. Now that's very helpful if you do events or if you plan on traveling with the lens. Like for example, I went to Chicago and I took this lens specifically because of its lightweight form factor. Now I do portraits anywhere from between 2 to 3 hours, and the main reason why I love this lens is that it's so damn lightweight. You know, I used to own the Sigma 85mm. Now that lens was a panzona. You know, it weighed a lot and it would hurt my back and my shoulders, especially when I would travel with it. And I just decided I wasn't even gonna take it anymore to my portrait sessions because it just weighed so much. One of the main differences with the Tamron 28-75 is the 4mm loss. Now this isn't a problem for me because I use it for portrait work and not events. So if you do a lot of events and you do weddings, this is maybe a factor that you might have to look into, but for me, it really isn't a deal breaker. The main thing I look for when I'm purchasing a lens is the performance and the focus, specifically eye autofocus. I'm also looking for low light situations. Can the lens do eye autofocus in low light situations? And how can it perform focus-wise when the sun is backlit during golden hour, with the sun shooting directly into the lens? Now, I'm not much of a pixel peeper. I'm not gonna zoom in and look for issues like that, but I am gonna provide some raw files. For those of you that are maybe wanna look at those kind of details, go ahead and download the raw files. It'll be in the description below. For me as a portrait photographer, all I really care about is can the damn lens focus and can it produce sharp images. So I did some tests with Tammy. I've never had any issues with the focus, but I did purchase the Atomos. So I ran some tests with the model walking back and forth to see if eye autofocus could keep up. The Tamron's performance was top-notch with 0 issues. I even took photographs as the model was walking towards the camera and each photograph was sharp and in focus. I even tested out shooting into the sun during golden hour. That's a big issue I find with some lenses. I shoot high-speed sync and a lot of the times I'm shooting into the direct sun. I was surprised at the lens performance once again. I had the model walk and do the typical spin around and the lens was able to keep up. If you're a portrait photographer and your concern is focus and sharpness, I believe I've proven here that the Tamron is worthy of a purchase. Another situation that I tested the Tamron was in a low light situation. I was in a dark winery and I had the model walk back and forth. And even then the lens was able to keep up specifically with eye autofocus. And I was really impressed at how the lens performed in the direct sun, golden hour, in low light situations, and even the sharpness as I was shooting with autofocus. As I mentioned before, I am gonna be providing some raw files and those are gonna be in the description below. I did do some further tests where I shot at 28mm, 50 and 75 so that you guys can compare the bokeh. I purposely shot up against a busy background so that you could see the bokeh performance of the Tammy 28-75. I highly recommend the Tammy 28-75. This lens is not puro pedo. It does get the Infanta seal of approval. If you guys enjoyed my review, that's perfect. The freaking guy's mowing the lawn, and right when I'm about to finish, decides to come in and blast it. So give me like 2 minutes. Oh my gosh. There you go, he's gone now. He's gone, he's gone. If you guys have this lens or you're gonna purchase this lens, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what kind of photos you've taken with the Tammy 28-75. Use hashtag Tammy. Also, if you enjoyed the review, let me know what other lenses you would like for me to review. I had a lot of fun doing this. I have the Sigma 135, Sigma 35, the Ziess 55, and soon I'll have the 17-28. Now, before I go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I provide a lot of helpful behind the scenes, do live edits, and have some posing tips as well. So check me out on Instagram, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. Do it again.